Hello, how you doing? I'm Steven and this is
Danielle,
and we are
turning two.
into one. So today is Wednesday, so it's Work on Me Wednesday.
Yes.
So we started this because our core belief is that your relationship gets better based on the individual in the relationship getting better. So each individual gets better and then the relationship gets better. So we really can't work on us until I work on me. And so that's what this is about. And so a lot of times what I do is I bring you guys what God has given me for me, and then I hope that it blesses you. And that is one of those circumstances today. So I've got the Jewel with me on today. Isn't she lovely? And she's going to read Luke 6 and 39 through 40.
In the Amplified, it starts off by saying, he further told them a proverb. Can a blind man guide and direct a blind man?
Can a blind man? God, no, I'm just joking. Okay, I'm sorry. I just had to do it. All right, go ahead.
Will they not both stumble into a ditch or a hole in the ground? A pupil.
All right, stop. All right, so the King James version is can the blind lead the blind, right? And then won't they both fall into a ditch, right? And so when I think about that, I think about it in the terms of leadership, as it relates to me being a father and the leader in the home, and so I think I take it real personal. And so if I am blind, can I lead someone else? And the question is not if I can, because I can lead somebody else if I'm blind. He just says that we both falling in a ditch. And that's true. We see blind people leading blind people all the time. We see people who don't know nothing about nothing leading people all the time. When it becomes really detrimental, especially when you look at our society, is when you have men that are the heads of households and they don't take the time to open their eyes. They don't take the time to learn what is necessary so that they're no longer working or walking blindly. And then what happens is they teach their sons and their daughters that this is good and acceptable behavior, and then they walk blind. And I've said before is that our children don't become what we tell them, they become what we are. So if I am blind, my son is blind. My wife is blind. Everybody's blind. Why? Because they're looking at me to lead them. They're not even looking at necessarily where they're going. They're following me. And so it's my responsibility to not be blind. Now, he's getting ready to say something in this next verse that'll tell you how not to be blind.
A pupil is not superior to his teacher, but everyone, when he is completely trained, readjusted, restored, set to rights, and perfected, will be like his teacher.
Excellent. So here's what he's saying in a nutshell, is that if you're going to not be blind, you need somebody who is not blind leading you. So then you can lead others and then they won't be blind. Excuse me. That was dinner.
Oh, God.
And so I take this personally as a man because we live in this culture where people think they know everything. Because they watch a YouTube video or because they produce a YouTube video, they think I don't know everything. I'm always studying. Here we go. Let's do this. All of them books over there. I got some more on the other side of the room that you can't see. I got a bookshelf over here. I got a bookshelf over here. I'm always reading. I'm always studying because I don't know everything. I've got mentors that I sit up underneath to learn. Now here, I'm 50 years old. I haven't reached it. And there are things that I will encounter that others have encountered and have already won and gotten the victory over. And so I sit up under that so that when I get to that point, I don't have to go through the trials, tribulations, the turmoils they went through because they can tell me how to get over this thing. And so that's the benefit of having teachers, to show you how to do things in the quickest, most efficient way with the least amount of time. So that means if you're smart, you could take what your teacher gives you and you could at some point be at another level above your teacher. But here he says that the student is never above the teacher, meaning that's not just about the level of knowledge. That's also about a level of respect and honor. And although your son may have accomplished something that you didn't accomplish, because of honor and because of position, there should always be respect and reverence. So that's what he's saying. He's saying, okay, you're never above him. Why? Because whatever you got from him. You didn't generate it on your own. So you're never above him, because whatever you have, you got from him. Now, you might have taken it and moved it to another level. You might have blew it up and expanded it. However, you got it from him. So you are never above that teacher. So just a couple points before we finish. You must see so that the people behind you don't fall in the ditch. So that means that's an active thing that you must be doing. Working at studying, working at sitting under mentors. If you're a man and you wake up at 6 o'clock on Saturday morning, come out to the bomb squad at First Baptist World Changers, right on 8 Mile. I don't know why I'm fumbling with the address. Right on 8 Mile across from Sam's Club. 22575 West 8 Mile. Right across from Sam's Club, 6 o'clock in the morning on Saturday. You need a teacher. You need somebody to teach you and encourage you and point you in the right direction. Second thing is, the student must recognize what is around him and who he's in the presence of. If you don't do that, what you'll do is you won't be receptive when the teacher starts talking. Because you're not recognizing that, okay, he's speaking something and he's teaching me. And if you don't realize that, if you think to yourself that I got it all and I don't need anything else, then you're going to miss that teaching opportunity. And trust me, you're going to need that. Because if you're the wisest person in your world, you are a fool. That's it. If you're the wisest person in your world, you don't have nobody wiser than you, then you set up to fail. Because what are you going to do when you got a question? No. You need people around you that have done some things, been some places, and can encourage you where you're going. If you don't have that, you're going to have a hard time being successful. Because being successful is a team sport. You're going to have a hard time in your relationship. Because you trying to figure out what's happening with this woman. You can call me. I'll tell you what's going on with your wife. I'll tell you that you're a bonehead. I tell you that. I tell you you shouldn't have been out all night. I tell you that. That's easy stuff. But you need somebody in your life that's like that. And lastly, if you're blind, you can't lead others, and you can't be led so easily either. Because there's a trust factor that happens when a person is blind. Usually, people who you can't tell nothing to are blind. They don't see what's happening with themselves, but they can always see what's happening with you. They can always see what's happening in your life. They can always tell you how to correct your life. But a person who's blind, they're not going nowhere because they can't see what's happening in their life. So again, that goes back to you needing some teachers. You need some information. You need to grow and you need to learn. All right. So that's all for today. Luke 6:39 through 40. Don't let the blind lead the blind. Get your sight back. All right? And she's going to wave at you. Have a wonderful night. And remember, never give up, never give in, and never let go. And never stop working on you. All right? Have a good one.